Hey friends, Kevin here, your Sacramento, Stockton area realtor and lender here with this week's weekly real estate report. Well, the news is calling it a housing gridlock. That's basically what we're looking at here is a gridlock of the housing market. And by that, I mean that normally this time of year, we have a lot of people excited about selling and moving up to a bigger house. It just isn't happening. I've been talking about that week after week, where homeowners are now looking at their situation saying, hey, maybe we'd like to move up to a bigger house. But the problem is we've got this fantastic rate. We don't want to sell, lose that rate, buy a new house, get a rate that's near 7%. It just doesn't make sense to them. So they're staying put. So here we have a whole lot of buyers ready to move into a house, and we have a whole bunch of sellers who don't want to leave. So nobody's moving, both figuratively and literally. So we have this kind of gridlock situation. Let's take a look at the chart and I'll show you what that is causing. So, all right. So when we think about the fact we have gridlock, well, of course, now we have a supply and demand issue. And I've been talking about that. And our supply is really low down here. I mean, we're still under 3,000 homes across 4 different counties. There just isn't, I mean, it's going up slowly, but it just isn't enough to keep up with demand. So what's happening is the fact that pending sales are actually starting to fall down. Now, here's an interesting thing that happened this week. In fact, I'm putting the numbers together, getting ready to do this, and I had to go back and redo the numbers because I didn't believe them myself. And what I'm talking about is combined days on market. So if we look at the looking over here at my other chart, so the average combined days on the market for homes that have sold is usually, well, lately it's been running as high as, I'm going to go back a couple months here, as much as around 2 months on the market was sort of the average for a very long time. And then recently I've seen it drop down to about a month. So for the past 6 weeks or so, it's been, the homes are on the month. So last week when I ran my numbers, we were at 32 days on the market. This week, we went from 32 to 19 days on the market. I mean, this sudden, all of a sudden, the average days on the market has just cut in nearly half. So people are out there, they're buying up homes. So, all right, what they can get their hands on, this competition is causing the list price to go up. And you can see the trend right here for what people are paying is they're just going up, which of course, the bad news here is with interest rates being where they are, payments are going up exponentially. And that's a problem. Of course, if you're out there buying a house, you know that. You can see what's happening. So this right here, the gold line is the median sales price. You can see it's working its way up. Right here, we can see the median list price. We still have a lot of people listing their house for higher and higher and higher, saying, hey, we think we can get it. There's nobody else out there. That is creating somewhat of a problem. I should say it's definitely a problem if you're a buyer and things are going up. But I'm also noticing that the number of price reductions is starting to creep up, meaning that a lot of sellers are really hoping for a lot more than what they're going to get, and they're finding out that they're sitting on the market for quite a long time. For example, these homes right here that have sold, if we look at the homes that sold this past week, the average days on the market for those sold homes is 19 days. But if we take a look at the green line and say, well, these homes right here, the average that are available, how long have they been on the market? We're still talking almost 2 months, 55 days. So a lot of homes are just sitting there. And I always like to say there's only one reason why a home sits on the market, really, and it's price. Because you get a price low enough, somebody will buy it today. Well, of course, we don't want to do that with your money, but I think you get my point. So all that to say that if you're listing your house, be realistic, or you'll end up sitting on the market for quite some time and then having to do price reductions. So there, that's what I got for there. So let's talk about rates real quick, because that is the big deal. Well, the good news here is rates went down a tiny bit. So last week we were at 6.79. This week we went down a little bit to 6.71. We'll take what we get, right? So there we are. Beautiful outside. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you here next week. Take care. Bye.